Hey everyone, welcome back to SwitchTop. Today, we're counting down the top 15 absolute new best games you need to experience this year. Let's get into it. The Legend of Heroes Trails Beyond the Horizon feels like a massive turning point for the series, bringing together multiple storylines into one deep and carefully built adventure. Set in a world on the edge of a technological leap, the game follows several protagonists whose paths slowly connect, creating a strong sense of scale and progression without rushing its narrative. Gameplay blends real-time action with classic turn-based combat, letting you switch styles depending on the situation, which keeps battles engaging and strategic. Systems like arts, crafts, and powerful S-crafts return with added depth, while new mechanics like time-slowing abilities and combat boosts give you more control over fights. Outside of combat, exploration, side missions, and character interactions add layers to the experience, making the world feel alive. With its slow burn pacing and heavy focus on storytelling, this is the kind of RPG that rewards patience and immersion, especially if you enjoy rich worlds and long-form adventures. Dragon Quest VII Reimagined brings back one of the most unique JRPG journeys with a modern touch that makes it much easier to get into. The adventure begins on a small island, but it quickly expands as you uncover ancient fragments that let you travel to the past and restore lost lands. Each island tells its own story, and your actions directly shape how the world evolves over time, giving a strong sense of progression without rushing things. Combat stays true to the classic turn-based style, but feels faster and smoother, with visible enemies and quality-of-life improvements that keep the pacing steady. The vocation system adds a lot of depth, letting characters mix classes and unlock new abilities, encouraging experimentation in battles. Exploration, side stories, and world building are at the core of the experience, making it a slow but rewarding adventure that focuses on discovery and meaningful progression rather than constant action. Jimmy and the Pulsating Mass delivers a retro-style RPG experience that feels simple on the surface, but gradually reveals something much deeper. The story takes place inside Jimmy's dream world, where colorful and playful moments slowly shift into darker, more emotional territory as a mysterious force begins to take over. This contrast keeps the journey unpredictable while exploring themes like fear and growing up in a subtle way. Gameplay follows classic turn-based combat, but the real twist comes from Jimmy's transformation system, letting you switch between different forms with unique abilities. These forms aren't just for battles, as they also open up new paths and secrets during exploration. Building your skills and adapting your strategy becomes key as enemies grow more complex. With its mix of charm, creativity, and psychological depth, the game stands out as a unique RPG that rewards curiosity and attention to detail throughout the adventure. Escape from Ever After offers a creative RPG adventure that mixes classic fairy tale charm with a surprisingly modern twist. You play as a hero expecting a typical quest, only to discover that the world has been taken over by a strange corporation that forces characters into structured roles. The story leans into humor and satire while slowly revealing deeper ideas about identity and control, making the journey feel both fun and meaningful. Gameplay uses a turn-based system with timing-based inputs, where well-timed actions can boost attacks or reduce damage, adding a layer of skill to every battle. You can build a team of unique characters, each bringing different abilities and strategies, while systems like enemy analysis and upgrades encourage thoughtful play. Exploration takes you through varied, storybook-inspired areas filled with side quests and secrets, creating a steady sense of progression that keeps the experience engaging from start to finish. Monster Hunter Stories 3: Twisted Reflection builds on the series' formula with a more focused and story-driven approach, while keeping its core monster collecting charm. Set in a world facing a growing ecological crisis, the game follows two characters from rival nations who are forced to work together as a mysterious corruption spreads across the land. The narrative feels more grounded, exploring trust and balance between humans and monsters without losing its sense of adventure. Combat stays turn-based, using the familiar power, speed, and technical system, but adds more depth through part-breaking mechanics and smarter enemy behavior. Collecting and raising monsties remains central, with a deeper gene system that lets you customize abilities and create unique builds. A new habitat restoration feature ties exploration into progression, rewarding you for rebuilding ecosystems. Reanimal delivers a darker and more cinematic adventure that focuses on atmosphere, tension, and cooperation rather than traditional combat. The story follows a brother and sister returning to a corrupted island where they must search for missing friends while uncovering what went wrong. Instead of direct storytelling, the game relies on its environments and unsettling visuals to slowly reveal its world, creating a constant sense of mystery. Gameplay blends puzzle solving, stealth, and exploration with a strong emphasis on working together, whether playing solo with AI or in co-op. The shared camera adds pressure, forcing players to stay close and coordinate their movements carefully. Encounters revolve around avoiding threats rather than fighting them, keeping the experience tense throughout. With its mix of emotional undertones and eerie design, the game offers a focused journey that rewards careful exploration and teamwork from start to finish. Marvel Cosmic Invasion delivers a fast-paced arcade experience that captures the feel of classic beat-em-ups while adding modern mechanics that keep things engaging. The story brings together heroes from across the Marvel Universe as they face a massive cosmic threat, traveling through different locations and teaming up to stop an overwhelming invasion. It keeps the narrative simple and focused, letting the action take center stage. Gameplay revolves around combo-based combat, where chaining attacks and controlling crowds feels smooth and responsive. The tag team system adds an extra layer of strategy, allowing you to switch between two heroes mid-fight and create powerful combinations. Each character has unique abilities, encouraging experimentation with different playstyles. With up to 4 players in co-op, the game shines as a shared experience, offering chaotic but satisfying battles that stay fun across multiple runs thanks to its variety and replay value. Fatal Frame 2 Crimson Butterfly Remake brings back a classic horror experience with a more refined and immersive approach. The story follows twin sisters trapped in a haunted village, where the bond between them becomes central as unsettling events slowly unfold. Instead of relying on constant action, the game builds tension through atmosphere, sound, and the feeling of vulnerability. Gameplay revolves around the camera obscura, a unique mechanic where you fight ghosts by photographing them at the right moment, turning encounters into careful, timing-based challenges. The remake enhances this system with new features and adds more depth through upgrades and resource management. Exploration plays a big role, with puzzles, hidden details, and environmental storytelling guiding your progress. With its slow pacing and focus on psychological horror, the game creates a steady sense of unease, offering an experience that rewards patience and attention rather than fast reactions.
Failed. It's all because we ran away.
Minishoot Adventures offers a unique blend of fast-paced shooting and open-ended exploration that feels both simple and rewarding. You play as a small spaceship, exploring a colorful world that has been taken over by a mysterious force, with your journey focused on rescuing allies and slowly restoring what was lost. The story stays minimal, letting the world and your progress tell the narrative naturally. Gameplay mixes twin-stick shooting with a strong focus on movement and dodging, especially during intense boss fights that rely on patterns and positioning. What makes it stand out is its sense of progression, as leveling up, unlocking modules, and rescuing characters constantly expand your abilities and open new paths. Exploration is just as important as combat, with hidden areas and upgrades encouraging curiosity. The result is a smooth and engaging adventure that balances action and discovery in a way that keeps you moving forward. Pokémon Pokopia takes the series in a completely different direction, focusing on creation, exploration, and rebuilding rather than traditional battles. Set in a quiet, abandoned version of Kanto, the game follows a Ditto that takes on a human form and begins restoring life to a world that has mysteriously fallen apart. The story unfolds slowly through discovery, with small moments and interactions revealing what happened while giving purpose to your journey. Gameplay centers around gathering resources, crafting structures, and shaping the environment using Pokémon abilities, turning familiar moves into tools for building and progression. As you restore habitats, new Pokémon begin to appear, each adding new possibilities and expanding what you can do. The experience feels calm but rewarding, with a steady sense of growth as your world evolves. It's a different kind of Pokémon adventure that focuses more on creativity and connection than combat. Octopath Traveler 0 expands the series in a meaningful way, while keeping its signature style and strategic depth. This time, you create your own protagonist, starting a journey after your hometown is destroyed, which gives the story a more personal and focused direction. Instead of separate paths, everything connects around rebuilding and moving forward, creating a stronger sense of purpose. Combat stays turn-based, with the familiar break and boost system, but now features larger party setups and more flexibility in how you approach battles. The job system and new mastery options allow deeper customization, encouraging you to experiment with different builds and team combinations. One of the biggest additions is town building, where restoring your home unlocks new features, characters, and progression systems. Combined with exploration and side content, the game offers a long, layered experience that rewards planning, patience, and steady progression.
Ready. How's that?
Absolum blends classic beat-em-up action with modern roguelite structure, creating a fast and replayable experience that keeps evolving with each run. Set in a fantasy world ruled by a powerful tyrant, the story follows a group of rebels fighting back, gradually uncovering a deeper and more mysterious force behind the conflict. Gameplay focuses on smooth, side-scrolling combat, with combos, dodges, and special abilities that make each character feel distinct. What really defines the experience is its run-based progression, where every attempt offers different paths, encounters, and upgrades, encouraging you to adapt your strategy on the fly. Even after failure, you return stronger thanks to permanent upgrades, keeping the sense of progress steady. With co-op support and a strong combat flow, the game balances skill and experimentation, offering a satisfying loop that rewards both short sessions and longer playthroughs.
Of the Sun King who dare stand in your path. According to your favorite playstyle, you can choose to fight as
Mio, Memories in Orbit delivers a focused Metroidvania experience built around movement, exploration, and atmosphere. You play as a small android waking up inside a massive, abandoned spaceship, slowly uncovering what happened as you explore its interconnected systems. The story is subtle and unfolds through the environment, creating a quiet and mysterious tone that keeps you engaged without relying on heavy dialogue. Gameplay emphasizes fluid traversal, with abilities like double jumps, grappling, and gliding opening new paths and encouraging constant movement. Combat is tied closely to mobility, rewarding aggressive play by refreshing your movement options when attacking enemies. Boss fights rely on patterns and timing, pushing you to learn and adapt rather than rush. With its upgrade system and unique mechanics that affect your survival, the game offers a steady challenge while maintaining a strong sense of discovery and progression throughout the journey. Resident Evil Requiem feels like a balanced evolution of the series, combining classic survival horror with more modern action elements. The story follows two protagonists whose paths slowly connect, blending personal stakes with a larger conspiracy tied to bioweapons and past events. This dual perspective also shapes the gameplay, offering two distinct styles. One focuses on slower, tension-driven exploration with stealth, puzzles, and limited resources, while the other leans into more direct combat with faster encounters and greater mobility. This contrast keeps the experience varied without losing its identity. The ability to switch between first-person and third-person views adds flexibility, while smarter enemy behavior makes every encounter feel less predictable. With its mix of atmosphere, strategy, and action, the game creates a steady sense of pressure, delivering an experience that respects the series' roots while pushing it forward in a meaningful way. Planet of Lana II builds on the original with a more refined and emotional adventure that focuses on connection and exploration. The story continues following Lana and her companion Mui as they travel through a changing world, with their bond playing a central role in both gameplay and narrative. Instead of relying on dialogue, the game tells its story through visuals, music, and atmosphere, creating a more immersive and subtle experience. Gameplay expands the puzzle platforming formula with smoother movement, including new traversal abilities that make navigating the environment feel more dynamic. Puzzles are more complex and often require cooperation between Lana and Mui, especially when using abilities to interact with creatures or manipulate machines. Exploration takes you through varied environments, each introducing new challenges and ideas. With its calm pacing and thoughtful design, the game offers a steady and engaging journey that rewards observation and patience. There you have it, 15 best new Nintendo Switch and Switch 2 games to play in 2026. Drop a comment with your most anticipated title and subscribe for more gaming goodness. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.